Hey friends, every week we put in a ton of hard work to bring you a bone-chilling, animated horror story. So if you're enjoying our stories on the A True Rural Phantoms Gear channel, make sure to subscribe right now and don't forget to hit that bell icon for notifications on our latest videos. Haunted SNDT Girls College, Mumbai. In Mumbai's Juhu area, there's a super popular girls' college called SNDT Women's University, often just called SNDT College. It has two buildings. One is an old abandoned ruin that's been shut down for years, and the other is the modern one where students still study today. This story is about that creepy old building, which locals call haunted. Students often whisper that around Tunau Biliauman, the spirit of a woman roams the place. Late at night, her voice echoes through the entire college grounds. About 20-year-old Biwa Rohan had a friend studying at SNDT. When she told him this ghost story, Rohan just laughed it off and made fun of her. Annoyed, his friend dared him to go there at night and check it out himself. Rohan didn't believe in ghosts or spirits at all, so he instantly agreed. He teamed up with his best buddy, Vishal, and they planned to sneak into the old building after dark. At 1:30 am, the two guys grabbed their flashlights and slipped in through the college's back entrance. They slowly made their way toward the ruined old building. The place was in terrible shape. Vines and bushes growing all over the walls, spiderwebs everywhere. Even the rusty, jammed doors creaked so loudly it gave them chills. Surrounded by trees, the building had an eerie, unnatural silence. With every step, they could hear their own heartbeats pounding. They wandered through the dark corridors, checking out old lecture halls and empty classrooms. Suddenly, from one classroom they heard a woman's voice, like a teacher reciting multiplication tables. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8. Vishal freaked out completely, but Rohan thought someone was just pranking them. They approached the classroom and the voice stopped, but as soon as they got close, an icy cold wave hit them, like standing right in front of an open freezer. Rohan gathered his courage and stepped inside, with Vishal nervously following. The room was empty except for broken chairs, dusty tables, and an old blackboard on the wall. Rohan turned to Vishal and said, "See, there's nothing here. All those ghost stories are just rumors." But right then, the woman's voice started again, this time louder, angrier. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. The volume kept rising. Then came another sound, a loud slap, followed by the heartbreaking cries of many children sobbing. Rohan swung his flashlight toward the noise, but nothing was there. Now both guys were terrified, staring at each other in panic. Suddenly they noticed something being written on the blackboard by itself. "I was killed here. Now, I want my revenge." Their blood ran cold. Shaking with fear, they bolted out of the classroom and ran downstairs toward the exit. But when they reached outside, Rohan realized Vishal wasn't with him. He shouted for his friend, but no answer. Then he looked up at the first-floor classroom window and saw Vishal inside, crying and banging desperately on the glass, trying to get out. The window wouldn't budge. Rohan couldn't leave his friend behind. Gathering every bit of courage, he went back inside the building. He searched every classroom on the first floor, but Vishal was nowhere. Then heavy rain started pouring outside, thunder crashing loudly. Tears of fear filled Rohan's eyes. Suddenly the woman's voice returned, from the same classroom they'd been in before. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Trembling, Rohan went back there. What he saw made his blood freeze. Vishal was sitting on the floor, crying, staring at a woman and mumbling multiplication tables over and over. 2 2 4, 2 4's 8. The woman wore a black sari covered in dust and dirt. Her hair was wild and tangled. She held a stick, using it to scare Vishal. But when Rohan looked closely at her face, his hair stood on end. Her skin looked rotten and decayed, her face swollen, and her eyes completely white. Rohan whispered Vishal's name in terror. walking slowly toward him. Rohan panicked and ran downstairs. But on the stairs, his foot slipped and he tumbled down, knocking himself unconscious. A little while later, Rohan woke up at Vishal's flat. Vishal told him that when he got out of the building, Rohan wasn't with him. Then he saw Rohan at the first floor window, screaming in pain. Knowing the place was haunted, Vishal called a couple more friends and they rushed back in to search. They found Rohan unconscious near the stairs. That night, the woman's multiplication chants and the children's crying echoed through the whole building. Everyone heard it. Without wasting time, they carried Rohan to an auto and brought him home. Rohan was stunned as he told them everything that happened. After this terrifying night, they all became believers. SNDT Girls' College is truly haunted. They swore never to go near that old building again. Even today, SNDT College is fully functional, but students still get scared hearing this story. People say the teacher's spirit still wanders there, waiting to take her revenge. No one dares go near that classroom after midnight, afraid they might become her next victim. Friends, how did you like today's story? Let us know in the comments. We'll be back next time with another heart-pounding horror story. Until then, like, share, and subscribe to True Rural Phantoms. Stay spooky.